Hey, what's up you guys? It's Dahmuffinman, and today we're going to take a little different turn for today's video. So today I'm going to talk to you about my top 5 least favorite videos of my channel. And so basically, I know what you're thinking. It's your channel, you're supposed to love the videos that you're putting out. And don't get me wrong, these videos are great. These videos are actually a crossroads that has brought me to where I am today. But let's just face it, not all of my videos are the best. And so I'm going to give you my top 5 least favorite pick starting now. P.S. Before we get started, you know, these videos aren't that bad. The reason these videos made the pick is because they either aggravated me when I edited, they were just dumb ideas, or there was just something I wish I could have changed about the video but I couldn't. And so with that being said and done, don't let me hold up this video anymore. It's just... look over there.
Number 5, My Silent Film.
And number 5, coming at you at number 5 is My Silent Film. Now, it was a good idea, you know. It was kind of inspired by Charlie Chaplin and how everybody's entertained by him, and he doesn't even say a word. It's just a silent film. You got music in the background, and somebody basically doesn't talk because that's what a silent film is. There's the whole warning thing at the beginning, and it's like, warning, this video contains no audio. And this video aggravated me so much because, like, when I was editing it, I wasn't using the same software that I am now. And so it showed that the audio of the video was muted, and it was for the best part. But there was, like, my voice was very dry that day, my mouth was very dry, so when I was trying to mouth the words, I just kept making the sound, and it just aggravated me so much. Oh my gosh. And so, that's why this video made it at number 5.
Number 4, Keeping It Fresh Extras.
Number 4. So my number 4 top pick is actually Keeping It Fresh Extras number 4, no pun intended. And what I didn't like about this video was it was so overcrowded. It was like 7 minutes of footage, so many different variety of content. You know, I had a lot of leftover footage for bloopers, and like in the beginning of my channel, it was a good idea because I had all this leftover footage. I didn't want it to go to waste, so I was just collabing and just putting it all together. And number 4 was just not as good as the first 3. You know, number 4 had my stop motion in it and time lapses in it and footage of my brother drinking Chick-fil-A sauce, and that part was awesome. But probably my least favorite about that is just how long it was. It was 7 minutes of bloopers, and that's just it's a little tedious. But also, extras is like behind the scenes stuff, and that was a little too much.
Number 3, Chew the Fat Episode 3.
So my number 3 pick, and my number 3 would actually be Chew the Fat Episode 3. Again, I'm sorry. But what aggravated me so much about this video is I like to try to keep my chew the fats to 3 topics. And I actually did have 3 topics for this video. I had Hot Pockets, and do you call a Hot Pocket if it's cold? I had socks. Where the heck does your socks go whenever you put them in the dryer and you get like one back? But I also had another topic that you guys didn't know about, and it was magazines. And basically talking about why do people still make magazines? It's just garbage, and it just tears people's lives apart. And I was really sad because I really knew you guys would enjoy the action scene for that. It was actually me flipping through a wrestling magazine that I might still have right here, actually. And it was this wrestling magazine, and I was flipping through it, and I'm like, boring, boring, boring. And then I came to this part with John Cena in it, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's... And then I like showed it, and it was like, John Cena! And it's like, and friends. Like, it was so good, and I was so disappointed that I couldn't get it because they wouldn't export, the video wouldn't export unless I had to cut that out because it corrupted some sort of way. And I was editing as I was going, and I was deleting footage, and it was already gone. You can see why I didn't like this video.
Number 2, it's time for the Pip Pip Cheerio Challenge.
So my number 2 pick would have to be one of my more recent videos, the Pip Pip Cheerio Challenge. And it wasn't Squid. Squid did a great job on his first time collabing with me. And it wasn't the challenge itself. I loved the challenge, but there were some things that was very aggravating about that video. It was very stressful on my cameraman to get the right angles, and to just, we were limited on resource, we were limited on space. It was really hot up there because you can't record with the air conditioning or the fan because it messes up sound quality. So we were sweating and it was hot. And like when I was editing, the lighting was really bad and just drove me nuts when I was editing. Oh my goodness. I tried everything to fix it. I tried adding filters and just made it darker. I tried taking away the contrast and it just made it worse. You know, and then I just came to a point where I said, you know, it doesn't really matter if they can't see me, because they should know by now what I look like. I mean, just other than the fact that I shaved. But, I mean, the most important thing was that you know what Squid looked like, and that you know that I won. Yeah, I won. That's right. Shh, it's a tie, but still I won. I'm still undefeated. Before we go back to number 1, let's review from 5 to 2. So number 5 was my silent film. Number 4 was Keeping It Fresh Extras number 4. Number 3 was Chew the Fat episode 3. And number 2 was my Pip Pip Cheerio Challenge. And so now, in the number 1 space, upcoming now.
Number 1, Say What? Episode 2 featuring Zachary Thomas.
That's right. My number 1 least favorite video that I've ever filmed was Say What? Episode 2. Now, you hear it very often in Hollywood that whenever there's a first movie, the director, and it does really good, like the first movie, you know, it does amazing, and all of a sudden the director gets this idea that there needs to be a second installment of that, and so he makes a sequel. The sequel is bum, and it does terrible. That's what happened on my channel. You know, me and Zach wanted to come up with this series to where we can just go on, be who we are. And like the first episode was amazing. We did a great job. And then I had this bright idea, like, you know, let's rent a room at the library. Let's make this a little more like organized. Let's get a table, you know, let's get like some sort of desk thing going on. And like that was cool. Until we realized that the window just terribly messed the lighting up. Again, it was so hard to edit that lighting. And then like the lighting was changing, it was shifting while we were filming. And it was just really, really annoying. Now, there were some cool parts in that video. Don't get me wrong. I got to bring Cheddar in there. And Cheddar is actually, like, Zach's biggest fan. So I got to touch on that in that video. You know, where Cheddar's walking in the library and he's like, "Oh my gosh, it's Zachary Thomas." And, like, actually for that video, whenever I did the voiceover for Cheddar hitting a glass, I had to put my mouth, like, actually in a glass. And, like, so it was like, "Oh my gosh, it's Zachary Thomas." So like some parts of that video was really fun. You know, I got to put Mark in there and I got to film a burger. But as an overall, that video, it didn't do as well as the first. Which kind of proves that some things really don't need a sequel. Will there be a third installment? I don't really know. But that video is my number 1 least favorite of all time for my channel. And that concludes my top 5. Yeah, I didn't even know I was bringing top 5 back, but apparently I am. So stay tuned. I hope you guys enjoyed that because I just felt like you need to know some behind the scenes stuff about my videos. So if you really enjoyed this, guess what? This is going to be good news for you. Next week's video is going to be a part 2 to this video, but instead it's going to be my top 5 favorite videos of my channel. And you're going to want to stick around. I got some really good picks. It's really hard because I have a lot of favorites. Just like I have a lot of not favorites, I have a lot of favorites. And so if you enjoyed this video, you give it a big thumbs up because that's what you do because you're good. And make sure you comment down below and let me know what is your least favorite video on my channel. You're not going to hurt my feelings. It's okay. Because we are growing together. Together we can make year 2 amazing. Thank you guys for watching. This is the Muffin Man saying, keep it fresh, have a good day, and God bless.